Hello everybody! Welcome to my new series of Let's Play Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm very excited to Let's Play this game and show you guys and share it all with you. I've been really excited since it came out, basically. I've been really sick the last couple weeks, and this is the first day in a couple weeks that I haven't sounded like I have 10 pounds of phlegm surrounding my vocal cords, so I decided to start this Let's Play here. So, let's just start up the game. I'll talk a little bit about it as we get on. But I'm going to play on Soyuz difficulty. I've beaten a couple test games on Gemini, fairly straightforward, so I figure Soyuz might be a pretty good challenge. And I'll play on standard pace, and we'll just have a standard map size. If you're at all familiar with Civilization 5, then that game setup should be pretty straightforward for you. This is kind of a Civ 5 in space, if you haven't heard of it at all. Civ 5, great game, by the way. You should play that if you have any inclinations towards these kind of strategy games. So, first thing here, we don't really have nations. We have some kind of sponsors, I guess, to designate our colonization of a new planet. So, I've done a purity victory and a supremacy victory. So there's three kind of types of ideologies you can have throughout this. Excuse me, just one second. Sorry, I still got phlegm in my throat somehow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the Kavithan Protectorate. There's kind of the Indian, South Asian type of group of people. But there's a lot of cool things here. You see we get 10% production bonuses for the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Every 10 virtues you get free technology with Franco-Iberia. That's pretty good. Polystralia is pretty good too, but I kind of want the city growth. I haven't played the Kavithans, so we'll give it a shot. Play the KP. We can choose what colonists we want to bring with us to get certain bonuses here. And I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to select artists, since we already get kind of a culture pop boost for being the Kavithans. I think I want to just double down on that boost and take artists with us. Plus the one health in every city is real good. I like that a lot. That helps us maintain healthiness. That is kind of the new happiness if you're at all familiar with Civ 5. But we'll talk about all of these mechanics more as we get into the game a little bit here. So now we get to choose what we can bring on our spacecraft that's going to land on this new planet. Continental Sphere, that's alright, I guess. Not really that great. Retrograde Thrusters is pretty good. As you'll see, we'll have like an area we can choose to land our first city. That gives us a little more options. Tectonic Scanner is usually what I tend to get. But you know, what the hell, since I'm going to try to go for a Harmony victory here, we kind of want to see where alien nests are a little more. To get a hold of Xenomass, which is what we'll use for Harmony. But, so maybe Lifeform Scanner might be an interesting pick. You know what? Let's see. What do I want? I'm either thinking Tectonic Scanner, because that's really good to see all those things before him. You know what? I'm going to go Lifeform Sensor. I've never done it before. Might as well give it a shot. And then we can choose our cargo. New population, an extra population, your first city, that's real good. And pioneering is actually pretty good. I think since we have so much border expansion stuff as the KP, that it might be worthwhile to go with a laboratory. If I'm thinking about it now. And it also might be worthwhile to go with a worker. You know, I'm going to go lab. We'll go pioneering technology. We'll get some super fast expansion with the KP here. And let's see. Here we get to choose which world are we going to colonize. So here we have Terran world. That's just kind of continents. Protean world is one big ass continent, and Atlantean world is lots of little tiny islands. There's also, I did pre-order this a while back, so I have all the extra little maps. So I was playing around with the idea of doing one of these extra maps. We could do the equatorial world. That may be kind of cool. You know what? I think I'm going to be probably playing this game quite a bit. So I think I'm going to go for Terran world first right now, just to give that one a shot. Hopefully we'll get in a place that's good for Xenomass, because I want to get the Harmony victory going. I'll talk a little bit more about those as we go on here too. So, you know what? Let's get cracking on this whole thing. It is a time for my people to reflect. We must open our minds and release the follies of the past. With every fiber of my being, I believe that we can prosper on this world, but only if we learn from our mistakes. Together, we will walk the path which frees us from the past and leads to a new existence. Oh, well, that's very nice. They're a very harmony group of people. Oh, we got some Xenomass right there. That's nice. All right, where do I want to land? The KP is a very harmony type group. Let's see, we got fibers here. That's pretty good. We got some chitin. I kind of want to be in range of the Xenomass, and so all these things will be in range of this tile right here eventually. So I think that's where I'm going to start. Unfortunately, we have this canyon, but if I go anywhere else, we're not going to be in range of the Xenomass and stuff. So I'm going to go right here. Alright, we got our sweet landing animation. Yeah. Mendirna. So here we got our explorer. They can move 2 tiles without getting bogged down in any of these forests or something. And it looks like we're in a fungal biome. So we got some various funguses, and we got these mushrooms grown out of the place right here. And yeah, so let's see. You can turn on the hex grid. I don't really like turning it on. It kind of clutters it up too. And we can turn on yield icons, but all that's a little too much for me. I just kind of like trade routes and the resource icons, so I can tell what resources we have around our place. So let's start exploring, shall we? Wow, we got some fraxite too. So let's see. We'll figure out what we want to produce in our first thing. I think I want to go Old Earth Relic first, just to give us even more boost to culture. We want to get as much culture as possible rolling on this. I think we're going to go for like a full-on culture thing. We'll get as many virtues as we can, which would be awesome. And we'll choose our research here. Let's see. I think what I want to go for first is maybe engineering to get a thorium reactor. No, I think I'll go chemistry so we can get laboratories and get our science up and running as quickly as possible. Start getting a boost to that science there. Okay. So if you're totally new to, I'll go the turn here. If we're totally new to Civ or any kind of game there, then sorry, I may be going a little fast for you, but you'll catch on quickly. Basically, we get food. We have 3 kind of main resources, which is food, production, and energy here. And every tile has something like that. And then we have our population, basically, in a city works a certain tile, and that city gets those resources. So we get a total of 6 food every turn from the 4 here, 2 here. We get 2 production, and then 2 energy, because we're working those tiles. Our city grows from food, and so we'll get more population, and we can use that more population to work more tiles around our city and get more resources and stuff, basically. So that is the gist. Basically, stack food is the strategy that I employ. Get as much food as possible, grow as quickly as possible. That's a resource pod. We can walk our engineer over it, or our explorer over it, and get some new things, some fancy things you can see right here. Basic satellite, free solar collector. Alright. So this kind of shows off one of the new things in Beyond Earth. We have what's called the orbital view, so we can launch satellites over our cities or within our range, and they do special things. So this satellite, it gives you plus money in every tile that it's over, and gives you plus 20% cash, I think, in the city if it's over a city tile. I'm gonna wait right now to launch it, because as you can see, we only have one population working, so 90% of that extra money we're gonna get, or extra energy we're gonna get from these tiles, is gonna be wasted if I launch that thing right now. So I don't really feel like doing it. Oh, look, another one. That's more xenomass. Nice. Ooh, some aliens. Portable reactor, we got some energy. Oh, that's cool. So the aliens, they aren't necessarily super hostile right off the bat, but they can give you problems if you start attacking them. And the more you attack them, if you do start attacking aliens, then other aliens will start getting more hostile, and they'll bring more powerful, more deadly aliens to come and attack you. So it's kind of in your interest, in our interest, to not attack the aliens. This is a pretty good city spot. We got fruit, we got fraxite, we got basalt, and we got 2 xenomasses. This is pretty good. And we got these right here. This might be the next location to settle, if I do say so myself. Sorry, I need to clear my esophagus real quick. Alright. Done. So, we got our first virtue from hitting our culture cap here. So, let's see. What do I want? I think what I want is to... I think I definitely want to go down the knowledge tree, because that's... I kind of want to do a cultural thing here. And the knowledge tree is all about science and culture. So that would be great. Prosperity is all about growth. And industry is all about production and money. And then might is all about military force. And we'll... You know, we can get a pretty strong military without going down might. I think the first thing I'm going to do is frugality, to give us a plus 10 food boost after our city grows. I think that'll help us, and there's lots of nice little growth things in that prosperity tree. Getting a free worker, getting a free colonist, all really good stuff that I like to have early on. And next turn, our Earth Relic is almost done. And we have somebody else landing on this island. Oh, they got some sweet xenomass together. Suzanne Fielding.
How may the corporation serve you?
The American Reclamation Corporation. Nice to see ya. North America just degenerates into a giant mega corporation, which, you know, whatever. That's fine. Wow, look at all the xenomass over here. That is good. And there's also quite a lot over here. This alien scanner is actually kind of cool. Wow, 10 right there. That's crazy. And then she landed in some serious shit there. She's gonna get aliens. Aliens are gonna be attacking her like crazy. So it might be worthwhile for us to go head this way at some point. It looks like this one's right on the coast. So it might be worthwhile for us to go over there. We seem to have quite a little bit of xenomass, but the 8 we have right there at this point is not necessarily worthwhile for us. Alright, so next thing we want, Trade Depot will be good eventually, but I think I'm going to go Clinic right now, because we can get some good stuff out of that soon. And we have a quest decision. Our relic has provoked an ideological split among our citizens. Some believe the old Earth relic is instrumental as a source of solace for the grief people feel over their lost world. They want it left in reverent peace as a shrine. Others think it represents a valuable repository of traditional wisdom, must be studied and displayed publicly. Alright, so I can leave it untouched and give it free maintenance, or get +1 culture from relics by leaving it open to the public. I'm going to go for the culture. 1 gold is not comparable to 1. Because I believe old Earth relics only cost 1 gold in maintenance. That's just not worth it, honestly. I'd rather get 1 culture than 1 gold. Looks like we have a desert up here. Interesting. And we got a resource pod that's also very nice. So generally we get quest decisions every time you build a new building, which is cool, and these quest decisions kind of make the building a little better. You can choose an upgrade for it. Oh, we got 15 science. Nice. Oh, we got 70 energy as well. Also very nice. Ooh, more xenomass. So the reason I talk about xenomass all this is we have these three ideologies, basically. We have supremacy, we have purity, and we have harmony. And those are linked to three ways you can win. Let's read this real quick before I go on with that. We bought a number of plants from Old Earth. Somehow one of these plants taking root outside of Mandira, and turn invasive if left unchecked. It convert the environment Earth-like, so we can contain this outbreak of vegetables, or we can ignore it. And I want to go harmony, so I'm going to go contain. So we have these three things. We have supremacy, we have purity, and we have harmony. And supremacy is like you get crazy technology and cybernetics, turn everybody into robots, and just start killing everybody in the world. Alright, I'm gonna get a free worker here, workforce initiative. That's my next virtue. And we'll start upgrading these plant areas, these plant fibers. Yeah, fibers. So cybernetics, robotics, and you go back and emancipate those poor Earthlings from their stifling meat body prisons. So basically the way you win that one, you build a gate, then go back to Earth, send a bunch of your hardcore, intense, deadly robot army to go and emancipate people from Earth and put them all, everyone's consciousness into a robot, which is pretty cool. I can get down with that sometimes. Alright, Franco-Iberia.
Franco-Iberia vous accueille chaleureusement.
Welcome to the planet. Purity is, you know, you're kind of... Why can't I move here? Okay. That was weird. Purity, they are obsessed with kind of the sacredness of the human body, and they don't do any kind of genetic engineering or any kind of cybernetics. Ooh, oh, sweet, derelict sediment. So this is an archaeological site, and we can perform an expedition on it and get cool stuff. So I'm going to probably do that next turn. Get another person. Looks like Africa. Yep, the African Union.
The African people greet you.
How's it going there, buddy? Let's head up here, and we'll go and take care of that next turn. But basically, you go back to Earth, you build a gate, go back to Earth, just like the other one, except instead of liberating people from Earth, you bring a bunch of colonists back from Earth to settle on this planet, and that is the winning condition for them. Let's see. I do want to get a colonist soon. Second explorer would be nice. Actually, I think I might be able to buy one, which would be excellent. I think we're going to go trade depot right now. And let's go with... Let's go with foresight. It'll give us a little bit of a science boost when we're healthy. That doesn't really help us too much right now, but it will in the future. So we can continue on here. But purity, they bring people back.
The 4 billion-year-old world's
bring
worth
people
of
from
resources
Earth to
shared among a
colonize.
handful of people. We're gonna make a fortune here.
Cool. We got chemistry, recyclers, very good. Laboratory, very good. Petroleum and a petroleum well, all very good. What I'm gonna do right now, though, is purchase an explorer with my stored up energy, because it behooves us to look around a little bit. And the next one, I'm definitely going to do engineering to get titanium revealed on the map and the thorium reactor, which is pretty helpful in getting some cash early on. Oh wow, we have petroleum, 6 petroleum right near our main city. That's great. That's really good. What about up here? Probably nothing. All right. So how much longer do you guys have with your expedition here? We have about 9 turns. Wow, That is a pain in the ass. All right, well let's start exploring this direction. It looks like we're kind of like alone on our own little continent, which is pretty awesome. We also have, we're like flanked by mountains. We got tons of mountains around us. This is a really good start. Pretty happy about that. Alright, who's this coming in? Looks like Slavic Federation. Yep.
Sputnik, Slawiańska Federacja pozdrawiaje Ciebie.
Welcome to the party, Slavic Federation. Good to see you. Ooh, a progenitor ruin. Nice. And some coral. And some tubers. This might be there's a pretty good location down here too. So this is another expedition site we can head to. It's a good thing I built another explorer. And let's continue on. We got some petroleum up here. That's quite nice. Oh wow. Okay. Got some float stone. That's pretty nice too. So we got lots of fraxite, lots of float stone. It looks like we still have slightly more xenomass than anything else. Yeah. So yeah, pure humans, robot humans, and then finally with harmony, which is what I'd like to do now, charter a station. 3 food, 1 culture, 2 food, 2. I think I'm gonna do Hemka station because I do want some more culture. That would be pretty nice. So these are stations, and we can trade with them once I get my trade depot finished, which should be in 5 turns, I guess. It'll finish. Actually, I'd like to... Oh my god, 2 progenitor ruins and a siege worm. Great. I'd like to grab this thing before we start any kind of expeditions. Polystralia.
Come, Mr. Haban. The Commonwealth welcomes you.
They're... You know, in every game I've played, Polystralia has been a powerhouse. They have really just demolished everything, and it's pretty crazy. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna... Oh wow, another resource pod. I just don't want to get too close to this siege worm, because they will kill you. No doubt about that. You will die. Okay, anyway, back to Harmony. Harmony is basically they use genetic modification to make the humans more adapted to this planet. Alright, this siege worm's scaring the shit out of me. I'll let the African Union deal with all that shit. They're gonna get that anyway, so I'll just grab this ruin. I'm sure they'll grab that other one. Okay, good. We're finished with that. So let's get some farms going here. Yeah. There you go. Go ahead. Now that I see that the African Union is actually getting up here, it might be a good idea for me to colonize down here just to block off this kind of land bridge for them. So that might be one of the next places I grab. But we'll see. We got some coral here. That's nice. And some other things. Uh-oh. That's really close to me. I'm not happy about that. Pack. Alright. So I think as soon as possible, I'd like to claim this territory at least. Because it's pretty close to them, and they're going to start horning in on my territory, and I'm not going to be super happy about that. So, I'd like to at least get a little outpost over here, I think, going. As soon as I get a chance. Recycler or laboratory. +2 production, that would be nice. I think it's probably worthwhile to start building a colonist right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. What do we got here? A pretty good range of production here. I think I'm going to launch this satellite to give us a little extra money now that we have some more population that can work those areas. And just let that go on there. Found the records of the last desperate days of failed settlement. Can now avoid the mistakes they made, providing 30 culture. Oh. Nice. So let's continue exploring around here. I'm kind of sad that we had such a nice little isolated start here, and now we have someone next to us. That makes me a little sad. Alright, I think I'm going to get homesteading to eventually get the free colonist, which is right here. We can get a free colonist, and that's always a nice little bit. As you can see, they take like 14 turns to develop a colonist, so it's kind of nice to have that. Also, you may have noticed these little greens, these like green little little things of mist. Well, let's read this. With our trade depot now built, we are able to amass an adequate supply of resources. How should we use the supplies? Aid in production, use for trade. Let's aid in production. 1 production is way more useful than +1 gold, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with that. But if your units end their turn in these little miasma clouds, they are called miasma, then they lose 10 health. So, per turn, basically. So it's not necessarily great. Progenitor ruins several members of your expedition team with struck simultaneous powerful vision. Details. Able to share the secrets with your people as a whole, granting a free level up and an affinity.
Instruct the children not to dream of toys or sweets. Instruct them to dream of infrastructure.
Classic. It's very, I don't know. It sounds very kind of Cold War Russia-y. Wow, titanium right there. 7 titanium right there. Alright. So I think we need a city over here. For sure. No doubt about it. Alright. So I think the African Union's probably taken up everything in this area, yes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think right here is a real good city location. Titanium provides so much production. So that's the next place. Wow, we have titanium in our hometown as well. Jesus. This is like the best home base I've ever seen. Oh my god. Alright, so we got purity. So we can choose in a free affinity level. Alright, so I want to go harmony eventually. Alien aggression levels return to neutral twice as quickly. That's great. Purity and supremacy are both good, but I think what I'm going to do, instead of harmony, we'll have plenty of time to get our harmony up. I want to go purity level 1, because as you can see, the level 1 there, it says aliens will not attack tiles with explorer units. That is so good, you have no idea. If you play this game a little bit, you probably have an idea of how good that is, but that is just ridiculously good. Because basically you just protect everyone from aliens by sending people along with them. It's crazy. By sending explorers along with them, because they won't attack any explorers. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I think we're going to go with genetics. We're going to be expanding like crazy here. And expansions really reduce our health, and I want to keep our health at a good level, so I'm going to get genetics first, because that gives us the farm lab and the cyto nursery, which will both increase health, and kind of, it gets us on a health thing right now. So when we get our first affinity level, in fact, at lots of affinity levels, we're allowed to upgrade our units here. So this is our basic soldier unit. It's basically turning into a marine. We don't have any soldiers yet, but they will. I like the 15% plus 15% while attacking bonus here, so I'm going to do that. So our soldiers get upgraded to marines, and as we get more affinity levels, we get upgraded even more. So we can get so purity, we get to like sentinel, centurion. If we're going supremacy, we get disciple and apostle, brawler, marauder, etc., etc. For all the other units, and every unit kind of gets a certain upgrade at various affinity levels here. So the white is just any +1 at any level, and we get that. Wow, even more we have a lot of titanium laying around here. That is pretty good. Okay, I suppose, you know, I'm gonna go back and refill my expedition modules. So you have to end your... The explorer has to go back to town, basically, to refill the expedition modules. So both of them did an expedition, and we need to get more of those. Oh, wow. Let's see, well, you know, titanium mine might be the thing to do, actually. Titanium mines give you an absurd amount of production. +3 production on this tile, and, I guess this tile only has 2 food right now, but still, that's crazy good. Crazy, crazy good. So yeah, let's get that going. And you know what, we'll just start coming back. We found a cache of laboratory equipment, eagerly welcomed by our scientists, providing 19 research. Cool. That's pretty good. Alright, we're ending in miasma. As you will see in just a second, they'll get wounded. Oh, Jesus. Another person landed there. Looks like South America. That's terrible.
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica le da la bienvenida.
Brasilia, welcome. So they're very warlike. They get lots of war bonuses, and they are probably my closest neighbor. So altogether, that is shitty. I don't like that. I'll probably have to start arming up soon, just to make sure nobody kills me. If you know what I mean. I don't know how you could interpret that any other way than the way I said it, but there you go. Alright, we need to get cracking on these cities, start laying them down for sure. We'll have them get their resources as well, and then we can start exploring over in this direction. Oh, a siege worm. Alright, we'll build that mine there. So we got about 4 turns until colonist, and next turn we're going to get another culture. So, we'll get a free settler from our virtues, and we'll also get a settler from being built, so we'll get our 2 new cities built real quick. There we go, so we just got that. We got go colony initiative to get a free settler right there. And we'll have our explorer escort it. So, since we got that thing where aliens don't attack tiles with explorers, the siege worm is totally going to not do anything to our explorer as long as we keep them on our settler unit. So that's why I got that. That's why it's real good. I think I'm going to cut in the video right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for checking out the start of this very excited about this new series for the Civilization Beyond Earth, and thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click the like button. If you'd like to see more, then go ahead and subscribe, and we'll start settling some cities next time. Thank you very much.